So, Senator Murray.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Congressman Bishop. I just want to be really clear up front. You might not like it, but our appropriation bills are not optional. They are actually law. You were just asked if you'd follow the law. Appropriation bills are law. And I expect you and the entire administration to allocate funding as Congress intended by law. This is not a theoretical issue. If Congress passes a law that specifies that a hospital in Seattle should receive some amount of federal funding, I expect that hospital to receive every penny. In this system of government under the American Constitution, Elon Musk, President Trump can't pick winners and losers. They don't get to pick which laws they follow or what hospitals or schools get funded. They can write a budget. They can lobby all of us for it. I expect them to do it. But they cannot overrule the entire democratically elected Congress and use the American people's taxpayer dollars as a giant slush fund. Congressman, at a hearing last week, you refused to say that you'd follow that law, no matter what illegal directives you're given. As a former preschool teacher, I like to keep things simple. Congress legislates, we write the bills, allocate the funding. After the president signs the bills, he faithfully executes. So just let me give you another opportunity to say you will follow the law. Appropriations bills are passed. Will you follow the law and use the funds as directed?
Senator, thank you for the question. I've said in response to several senators here today that President Trump's run on impoundment. Director Votes expressed his view that impoundment is within the power of the president in certain ways.
Wait a minute. There's a law that says that impoundment is illegal. You won't follow that law.
I'm aware of that, of the Impoundment Control Act.
Right. You just don't agree with that law?
I believe that is, I join Director Votes' view
You
that
just
that's an
answered Senator
unconstitutional
Kennedy
law.
that you would follow the law, but you're going to pick out one exception that you won't follow?
Well, Senator, the Budget Control Act requires a budget process be completed every year. The Senate hasn't done that in decades.
That's not a law. That is a process here, but the law, when we write appropriations bills,
It is a law, Senator.
well, the law, appropriations bills are laws, correct?
They are.
Signed by the president.
That's correct.
Will you follow those laws or not?
Senator,
Do you have a law
certainly
you
will follow the
disagree with?
law. It's a little more
Okay.
complicated than your
Yeah,
question lets
yeah, I
on.
can see you're not going to follow that one. Okay. Perhaps you can help me understand something else. As I understand it, Elon Musk and Doge are saying they are conducting mass firings to help save.
A tense Senate confirmation hearing erupted as Senator Patty Murray repeatedly pressed President Trump's nominee for Deputy Director of the Office of Management and Budget over one central question: will the administration follow appropriations laws passed by Congress? The exchange quickly expanded into a broader debate over presidential spending authority, impoundment, Elon Musk and Doge's government workforce reductions, the Bonneville Power Administration, Social Security customer service, and the nominee's views on the 2020 election.
Firings to help save taxpayer dollars. Out in the Pacific Northwest, we have the Bonneville Power Administration. It is actually a self-sustaining agency. It provides millions of dollars, power to millions of people in states like mine and the Pacific Northwest. It's actually funded by ratepayers, not by taxpayers. We don't use a dime of taxpayer money to pay BPA salaries. So do you have any idea why Elon Musk thinks firing people, which he did at the BPA, will reduce federal spending?
Senator, I am completely unfamiliar with that situation. Be glad to take it back or look into it and be glad to make my number available to you.
I would appreciate that because firing BPA employees saves us zero taxpayer dollars. It is completely funded by the users in the Pacific Northwest.
Thanks, Senator. As I said, I'd be happy to take that back and look into it.
Okay. I want to talk about Social Security for just a minute. Do you think seniors should be able to talk to a real person, elder people, when they're trying to get a hold of somebody? Do you think they should talk to a real person or have the possibility to do that?
Senator, it might seem like common sense to me, although I will say there's a somewhat, I'm not a spring chicken anymore, and a lot of things have moved into direction other than having a live person available for every telephone call. I really can't speak to it.
Well, can you promise every member here that cutting more than 12% of the agency's workforce will improve customer service?
I don't know enough about the Social Security Administration's workforce to know that, Senator. I think that's one of the issues about where we are today is there are a lot of assumptions like that that turn out not to be true when they're
Well,
looked at very
I
carefully.
would just have the premise, when you cut 12% of the people, that there will not be, and by the way, a number of field offices, there won't be people to answer people's calls or have them come in and understand really challenging situations when a spouse dies or the other many things that they deal with. So we'll leave that at that. I just want to ask you one last question for the record. Do you believe the 2020 election was rigged?
I joined the view Director Vogt expressed on the point.
I'm sorry?
I joined Director View's view of that question. He said it was rigged in his questions, in his responses
And you
to
think
you,
it's
and I
rigged?
joined that. Yeah.
Thank
Senator Moreno.
Please, don't forget to like, comment and hit the subscribers button for more political updates.